All right. Good morning, wherever you are joining me from. Um, this is a day that many people all over the world are going to be celebrating what the world calls Valentine's Day. And I want us to talk about love. What is your understanding of love? And when somebody says, I love you, what does it mean to you? And misinterpretation of this subject has led to a lot of problems. Many destinies have been wrecked because of misinterpretation of love. And so understanding what love is very, very, very critical. Psychologists have defined love in many ways. There are some who define love in terms of romantic love or erotic love. There are those that have defined love in terms of brotherly love. But there is yet another way, the biblical way, which we call the agape love. The agape love, that's a biblical way, is a kind of love that is unconditional. It is not founded on outer things. It is not founded on feelings and affections. It is founded on conviction and covenant. So my question to you today, and I want us to have a conversation, is what is love? And what do you interpret love to be? There are a lot of roses that are going to be given today, chocolates that are going to be given today. Many people are preparing now and they are going to be leaving to go to parks, to go to hotels, to go to certain streets somewhere. And my question that I'm asking you today is, what do you think love is? If love is founded on money, it is going to last as long as money lasts. If love is founded on appearances, it is going to last as long as those appearances last. If it is founded on promises, it is going to last as long as those promises last. Many destinies have been destroyed because of this word, L-O-V-E. But many destinies have also been shaped because of proper application of this word again. So my question today is, how do we interpret it so that we don't lose our way? This is a powerful force, very powerful force. And if it is well done, if it is interpreted in the right way, guess what? The world is going to be better. Now, when you look at the way people have interpreted it in the past, there are those who have interpreted it as a connection between one or two people for the purpose of doing something for which they are convicted. That is now in the larger, if you're talking of organizational thinking. But in most cases, it is where people are joining together so that they can engage in a relationship that is going to last for a lifetime. And many people who have done it in the right way have enjoyed. Many people who have not done it in the right way have found themselves regretting. Today we have people who are crying because they misunderstood what love is. And they messed up and found themselves in the long way. Maybe some of us don't need more losses or more chocolates, because chocolates will melt and flowers will fade. Maybe we need shared direction. Maybe we need shared vision. Maybe we need shared calling. There was a psychologist by the name Gary Chapman. Gary Chapman talked about 5 love languages. And these 5 love languages are very critical. And sometimes these love languages can cause people's life to change or people's life to be destroyed. Let me pick them. The first one is what is called words of affirmation, or verbal expressions that communicate appreciation, encouragement, honor, and blessing. See, the Bible says that death and life are in the power of the tongue. So the question is this: the words that you hear, you need to kind of understand whether the people who are talking about those words mean them. Is it fake encouragement, fake praise, fake public affirmation? So please ensure that the words that you hear, the words of affirmation that you hear today, are real. Please, please, please make sure that whatever they tell you, whatever somebody tells you, discern between the lines. Are they talking the truth, or they are just after you, or they are just after having somebody follow them, but they don't have an understanding of what they mean. So words of affirmation. So you have to check those words. Are they real? Are they just motivated by appearance? Are they just motivated by emotionalism? So that is the first thing. But the second love language, according to Gary Chapman, is acts of service. And he said, love is expressed through practical help. Jesus washed his disciples' feet. Apostle John said, let us not love just in word or tongue. The Quran said, one can give without loving, but it's not possible for one to love without giving. And so this is a point. If somebody says I love you many times, but they have never engaged in any acts of service, there is a problem, because there is a connection between love and giving. And so if somebody says I love you, they need to demonstrate it by action. There must be a certain kind of action, giving action, serving one another. That builds trust, that builds capital. Gary Chapman also talked about receiving gifts or giving gifts or symbols that show that one has had affection. God gave Israel what you'd call memorial stones. He would give them memorial stones. The Magi brought gifts to Jesus. And so when somebody gives you a gift, because many gifts are going to be given today, sometimes those gifts indicate that I thought about you when you are not present. It's a form of tangible remembrance. However, I also want to praise a caution here that not all the time that when someone gives a gift, it doesn't mean that all the time it is interpreted as love. Sometimes a gift can be a bait. Sometimes a gift can be a trap. And so do not be mesmerized by a gift. Interpret the gift beyond its appearance. So if somebody brings you a gift, maybe he brings you a good watch and he says, this is what I am thinking about you. Or they brought you a tablet, or they brought you, I don't know what they might bring you. But I want you to think about the gift, not for the gift's sake. Let's think about beyond the gift. So I appreciate the gift, but then I need to think beyond the gift, because sometimes the gift might be something to hide a bigger thing. A gift might be something to, make me not think deeply. A gift might be something to make me close my eyes or close my ears, and so it mesmerizes me to an extent that immediately I see it, I'm like, poof, I'm TSO, totally sold out. So do not be mesmerized by the gift. Interpret life beyond the gift. Gary Chapman talked about quality time as another love language, undivided attention, meaningful presence. If somebody is meeting you, love is spelled as time. If somebody is going to meet you today, I want you to discern whether the time that they are giving you is having presence. Let me interpret presence. Presence is a trait that is recognizable even by facial appearance. Somebody may have time with you, but you can discern that this time is fake. Example, somebody may be just meeting you just to have emotional connection. They want to satisfy themselves emotionally. So all they wanted maybe was just a hug, or all they wanted was just sexual connection. And so immediately they meet you, the most important thing is, when will we hug? When will we engage in sexual activity? So that kind of a person, the quality time is not for serious things. It's just because they want to use you. And you'll notice it because the focus will be, let's get to what we wanted to do, and then it is over. But quality time is interpreted as, I'm not interested about what I can get from you. I'm interested with what our relationship means beyond the fleeting things, beyond emotions, beyond gifts, beyond feel-goodness, feel-goodism. I call it feel-goodism, beyond feel-goodism, because after the good has been felt, then we go back to the normal life. That is why many times, because the foundation is on feelings, After the feeling is over, rejection comes in, hate comes in. And sometimes that's why you ask the question, why is it that these people that were so much connected, all of a sudden, boom, they are no longer together? It's because the foundation upon which their connection was based was not on quality time. And that's why sometimes we say it's important, even before you commit to a long-lasting love relationship, to give it time. Love is spelled not Love, it is sometimes spelled as Time. Time. Are you willing to give me time? Time to decide. Time to make up my mind. Time to think about it. But if you want me to make a decision now, then there is a problem somewhere. Mnanisikia watu wangu, mnanisikia young people, mnanisikia those that speak to our generation. It's very, very important to think about that, because one of the problems we are facing today, the more I meet those people who have been charged in these matters, is because watu wanakimbia sana. There is a lot of lashing. So you find instead of that good time to interact, there is a too much rush. Let's do it now. It's like the world is ending tomorrow. No, the world is not ending tomorrow. There is still time. That does not mean that we delay when we need to do something. Obviously, for example, if you've been in a commitment towards marriage with someone, why should you give them 3 years to decide? Give me 3 years or give me 4 years. No, that's not what I'm talking about when I'm thinking about time. I'm talking about not rushing to decisions. I'm talking about ensuring that before a final commitment is made, before you say I do, or before you say I commit, please find time to think about it, because love is spelled time. This I speak to those who are about to commit to an action of love or love relationship. But this I also speak to those who are already in a relationship or already committed themselves. They normally say that when it comes to love relationship and love matters, do not make promises when you are very happy. Today is a day when you need to be careful the promises you make, because when you are very happy, sometimes you don't think. So you make promises that you will not be able to keep. And then I say, when you are angry, be careful what you say. Because again, when you are angry, you can release words that you will regret later. Why did I say this? So this is my advice. When you are too happy, reserve your promises. When you are too angry, reserve your words. Gary Chapman talks about the 5th love language, which he calls physical touch. That's appropriate physical touching. I need to say that this is another area that has destroyed the lives of people. Question is, how do you touch another person? Touch is cultural. In the study of sociology, you find that different cultures have got different understanding of space. In some cultures, the more close you are with one another, the more you understand love among the two. And then in some cultures, the distance is something that people take care about. And in some cultures, it's an offense to come so close. In some cultures, it's an offense to be too far. So now, let's interpret it this way, that never allow someone to touch you inappropriately. We all understand what is called inappropriate touch, inappropriate physical touch. There are some form of physical touch that is unlawful, that is illegal. And so when you are expressing warmth, it's very important to understand how am I going to express, because some physical touches can be said to be violation. It is violation because it is illegal to touch people in the long time, in the long places. Now, I want to add the sixth love language. It is not yet accepted officially by psychologists, but I think this is me, and you can quote me. I call it the language of meaning. And the language of meaning is a language of why. Many relationships do not fail because of lack of affection. They fail because of lack of this language that I'm calling the language of meaning. Shared purpose, shared destiny, shared vision, shared direction. Where are we going? So in the end, you need to ask this language, the language of meaning. Where are we going with this thing? Is it just about hugging, touching, good words, nice things, nice gifts? Tunaenda wapi? Somebody must explain very clearly, where are we going? I call it the language of meaning. Meaning is so powerful. So the meaning you attach can determine the actions you take. The meanings you attach can determine the decisions you make. The meanings you attach can decide the next 5 years or 10 years. If somebody gives you a gift, the meaning you attach can determine how you receive that gift. And so, the language of meaning is about shared vision. It's about shared direction. It's about where are we going. It's about build emotions, build gifts, build the nice words. So what? It's modern relationships struggle because they are emotionally intense, they are physically expressive, they are socially visible, but they are shallow. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. So the question that I'm asking, and the psychology behind this, is meaning making. What do we want to do together? Where are we going? Because meaning will ensure that there are boundaries. Meaning will ensure that there are limitations at certain levels. Meaning will ensure that there is resilience, because there will be challenges from time to time, but meaning is the one that ensures that no matter the storms that might come, meaning stabilizes relationships. And so the language of meaning answers the question, why are we together? Without meaning, affirmation is just flattery. Without meaning, gifts will just become transactions. If there is no meaning, touch becomes just a temporary thing. But when meaning is there, then everything deepens. So who speaks the language of meaning? People feel most loved when you discuss the future vision together, or when you build something together, when you pursue what you would call a shared vision. So love is strongest when it has an attached destiny. Where are we going? So there is a sixth love language after the five that Gary Chapman talked about, and I call it, this is mine, Beekay's sixth love language. I've never read it somewhere. It's just something that got into me this morning as I was thinking about making this conversation. It's the language of meaning. Some of us don't need more losses. You need shared direction. You need shared vision. You need shared calling. And love that lasts is not only affectionate, love that lasts is purposeful. Because when love has meaning, then it survives the storms. So talk to me. What do you mean when you say you love someone? What do you mean? Is it just outer emotions? Is it just gifts that you receive? Is it just a yearning for physical touch? Is it just spending time together for the sake of it? Or is there a meaning behind it? Let us make this year's Valentine a different one. Let us pursue meaning, not gifts, even though gifts are important. Let us pursue meaning beyond the time that we spend together. Let us pursue meaning beyond the words that we speak to one another. I believe that is how we'll make this Valentine a better Valentine. This is how we'll make this Valentine a memorable Valentine. Let this be the Valentine that your life received a different direction. Let this not be the Valentine when you got pregnant outside wedlock. Let this not be the Valentine that you destroyed somebody's marriage. Let this not be the Valentine that you lost your dream to pursue your vision and only went in a direction that you later regretted tomorrow. And so there is life and love beyond today. I want to say this, that as I come to the conclusion now, that love cannot be limited to a day. Thank God for the celebration, because the reason why we live in this world with happiness is because there is structure that has already been established. There is a pattern to life. There is a way things have been, and it doesn't help to start criticizing everything. Everything has its place. And so, but then there is love beyond a day. let it not just be a day. Every one of us wore red. In fact, I've just noted that I wore red. It was unconscious. So it is not just about the red color. No, after tomorrow, 15th, then we go back to normal and things are the same again. Let's make it different and we pursue meaning in life. And I believe that that is what is going to bring changes in our lives. Thank you very much. But before I leave, do you have any question that you want to ask me about love? I may not have all the answers, but perhaps we can have a conversation before I log off. If you have any question you would want to ask me, you can chat there. Talk to me. Any question you'd want to ask me before I log off on this matter of love, you can just chat. I'll see in the comments. Do you have any question that you'd want to ask me about love that lasts, especially love that lasts? If you do, I can wait for a few minutes, and I'm happy to see many of you that are here with me this morning. About 200 of you. It's amazing to see that we can have a conversation that makes Valentine a better Valentine, not just a day that just is here and then it goes. So as you spend your day today, as you go your different directions today, I wish you a happy Valentine Day to your loved ones. There are so many objects of love. You can love God, you can love your neighbor, you can love your colleagues in the workplace, but listen carefully. The reason why relationships are dying today is not because the affection is lost. The reason why relationships are dying today is because there is no direction. You can have words, you can have gifts, you can have touch, you can have time, but then in the end you still empty. Why? Because the heart does not only crave affection, the heart craves meaning. So love without meaning feels heavy. When love has no shared purpose, conversations become shallow. Effort feels mechanical. Sacrifice feels draining. Commitment just feels like that, an obligation. But when love has meaning, even sacrifice becomes sacred. So the language of meaning says we are not just together to survive. We are not just together to feel good. We are together to build something. We are together for a reason. We are together for destiny. And that changes everything. So when two people pray together, build together, dream together, share life together, that purpose fuels passion. That purpose makes life worth living. When there is no shared vision, then love will just grow tired. When there is shared destiny, then love grows stronger. So if your love feels weak, don't just add romance, add purpose. Start something together, serve together, pray together, build together, dream together. That's what I'm talking about, because love that lasts is not just affectionate. It is intentional. It is directional. It is purposeful. And if the more than 200 people that are listening to me right now can make up their mind to give Valentine a different meaning, give it meaning and not just fleeting things, then guess what? The ripple effect that will have in the families, in communities, in all that, I can tell you, things are going to change. And so you are not brought together by accident. You are brought together by assignment. There was a meaning behind your coming together. So find that meaning. Reignite the vision. Yeah? Restore the purpose. Why are we together? Some of you have been together for 5 years. Some of you have been together for 10 years. Some of you have been together for 15 years. Maybe some of you have been together only for a week. Or maybe some of you are going to meet today for the first time. Perhaps you've never met again. But what I'm asking you today is that what will sustain your life? What will sustain your relationship? What is going to sustain you, no matter the storms, no matter the challenges, no matter the words that you might hear people talking about immediately you begin on a journey together? What is going to sustain you is meaning. It is vision. It is purpose. So true love never fails. True love never fails. And you say it failed, but it it couldn't work. Well, if it really was God ordained, if it really was intended to work, then it should have. They say that if something belongs to you, release it, it will come back. But if it does not belong to you, it won't come back. And so sometimes maybe majority of us are facing challenges because we have held too much. Perhaps it's important to sometimes release, because when you release, it comes back in force if it was yours. And this is a test that many would not want to have. But before I log off, just about to log off, hello to you all. I can see many that are greeting me. Hello, hi. Thank you very much. I see you, Ness. I see you, Anyim. I see you, Ahmed. I see you, Zamunda. I see you, Attila. I see you, Aita. I see you, Ananjenga. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. You are very, very important in this conversation. Now, I want to close now by saying this, that love is not weakness. Love is strength under control. It is easy to react, but it's powerful to remain kind. It is natural to protect yourself. And so take care of yourself. It's supernatural to forgive. So if you need to forgive someone, why don't you forgive someone? I also want to say that love is not for the immature. It takes courage to love consistently. I want to say that love is a choice. Feelings will rise, feelings will fall. But love is chosen daily. You choose to stay patient. You choose to speak gently. You choose to forgive quickly. You choose to believe again. You choose to try again. I want to say that love builds. Where love is pleasant, home becomes safe for those who are married. Children become secure for those who have children. Marriages become stable for those who have stable marriages or are trying. And love is the one that gives structure to life. But I must also say that love requires growth. You cannot love deeply if you are shallow. You must grow. Grow in your love for one another. Grow in self-control. Grow in compassion. Grow in appreciating one another. Grow in being forward-looking. Love does not stay stuck in yesterday's pain. Love heals. Love restores. Love rebuilds. Love does not remain where it was yesterday. If something is broke or is broken, love has the power to repair it. If something has drifted, love has the power to reconnect it. So this is my advice to us. Choose love when it is inconvenient. Choose love when it is misunderstood. Choose love when it is tested, because sometimes love will be tested. Love is not proven when things are easy. It is proven when it endures the challenges that it might find. Not power, not influence. It is commitment. If you forget everything else that I said this morning, I don't want you to forget this one thing. And this is the thing, that the language of meaning is what stabilizes love. Meaning is about direction, purpose, shared vision. That's it. Beyond everything else we do today, let meaning take the center stage. Purpose takes the center stage. All right. Thank you very much for being with me this morning. You can follow me at Beekay, at Prof. Beekay on this page. And please share, like, let this somebody who is going for a Valentine date somewhere hear this before they go. And I know their life is going to change. We are going to be saving destinies. You are going to be changing lives by sharing this broadcast to someone. So thank you, and have a happy Valentine Day. I love you all, wherever you are in any part of the world. Blessings and peace to you all. Thank you.